The new Anycubic Photon P1, it's not out yet, but I guarantee you've seen this advertisement somewhere on social media and you thought it was a gimmick or it's not just for you. Let's take a look at this machine and give you more details because I bet you scrolled right past that advertisement. All right, let's kick it off by talking about the elephant in the room, the double vat and double build plate. A lot of us saw this and thought it was a gimmick and just scrolled right by. This may have some use for us where we print up something clear on one side if we're doing something small and some small parts on the other side. Now, to be straight up with you, I didn't read the fine print until I started going through it, and neither did you, I bet. The double build plate and the double vats is actually an add-on to the system. This doesn't automatically come with the system. But what is pretty cool about it is you can use two different resins and you can set up parameters for each different type of resin you use. Most likely, this is not going to be on Cheeto or Lychee or anything like that. It's going to be on Anycubic's Photon Workshop, I think it's called. In that slicer, this way you can do that until the other slicers come out where they can do double parameters. So you're going to be stuck with that. So don't think that this machine just starts off with the double build plates and the double vats. It doesn't. It's actually a regular machine, and that's an add-on. And there's one or two more add-ons that I'll tell you about. It is quite interesting. I'd like to see how it works and what we could do with it. I guess people that do miniatures, you can fit a bunch on one side because I don't see the specific dimensions for either build plate or the vat. I don't know those, so I can't tell them to you. They do look on the smaller side, so it's not going to be able to print enormous things. So if you thought this machine was just a double vat, double build plate, that's not the case. This is just an add-on that you could go over to Kickstarter once it's announced, and you can add that to the bundle. And another option that's going to be available to the consumer during their Kickstarter phase is going to be this perforated steel build plate. I've seen these in action before. I probably won't get this just because when you are printing, the resin will get cured in those holes and you're going to have to take a drill and drill those out. It just adds to the cleanup time. So I'll probably just use a regular build plate. But for those of you that do like the perforated holes to make sure there's better adhesion to the build plate, it's going to be available to you during the Kickstarter phase as another available option. While we're on the subject of the build plate, Anycubic has a new build plate coming. We're not going to be using the old aluminum type that we have on our machines now. It's going to be a milled steel, which is supposed to be 2 times flatter than the aluminum ones we use now. It's supposed to be better against wear and tear, and it's supposed to have better adhesion properties. So hopefully that means a lot less failures for us and much better prints. The new Photon P1 includes an industrial ball screw plus linear rails, precision linear rails, which will make it better for printing. It'll keep it more stable is what I should be saying about it. So I'm going to read something to you because I'm never going to memorize it. Each layer is precisionally positioned. So basically it's going to achieve a plus or minus 0.01 millimeter repeatability over 10,000 cycles and Z-axis precision within 0.02 millimeters. So those ball screw and the linear rails are going to really keep that stable. This way we don't have any type of movement, and if we do, it's going to be minimal, and that is going to make our prints smoother. It's going to make them clearer. It's going to give us better prints overall and hopefully a lot less failures than we've seen on previous models. Now, this machine, you can use 2 different types of film in your vat. You can use Nfep or you can use the wave film. The wave film is supposed to reduce the peel force by 60%. That's crazy. Hopefully it does. You may be asking yourself, what's the purpose of the wave film? So the benefits are basically stable adhesion during the compression process. It allows for smooth layer by layer separation during lifting, and it also results in a higher success rate and a flawless surface. And it's also quieter during the printing operation. So I'm guessing that you're not going to get that pop sound that you get off of FEP sometimes. So this is interesting, and I'm definitely going to try the wave film because I want to see the difference between an Nfep and the wave film, and hopefully this does give us nice clearer prints where we don't have to do so much crazy sanding on layer lines or anything like that. The Photon P1 is supposed to come with a new lighting system. It's the LightTurbo 4.0. And this is supposed to ensure that the beam of light travels straight and cures each layer precisely, which would give us cleaner edges, finer detail, and pretty much a flawlessly defined surface. Now, we're keeping our fingers crossed and actually hoping that this light does what it says, and if it does, this is going to make for an awesome machine. Also, Anycubic is saying that they have a full screen rolling calibration, which is supposed to ensure 92% of the light uniformity across the entire display. If this is true, that means that it's going to be balanced exposure for consistent curing and smooth surfaces over our whole model, which will make each layer align pretty much perfectly and seamlessly, and it'll give us not a flawless model, because nothing is flawless, but it'll give us much better prints and models from what we've seen before. So the P1 comes with a heated vat, just like my M7 Max back here. But the difference is this is supposed to detect what kind of resin you're using. So I'm assuming When you work in the Photon Workshop slicer, you're going to tell it what resin, and the device will actually heat up to the proper temperature for that resin. And that helps with curing, adhesion, smoothness of your prints. It'll keep everything nice and neat. The only problem for me with that is I do have the heater, like I said, in the M7 Max, but because I work in a garage and it gets cold in here, I also have the secondary heater in there from Anycubic to keep the heat inside of the machine itself, because the heat does escape and the coldness comes in. So you may want to think about that, because weather and temperature does affect your printing process, but it's awesome to have a heated vat again on this. And it's very interesting to see that it will adjust the temperature according to the resins you're using. And here we have what Anycubic calls Smart Auto Leveling 3.0. I don't agree with the name Smart Auto Leveling. I think it should be Smart Assisted Leveling or just Assisted Leveling or something like that. From their video, you can see each corner has a little spring and a little sensor at the bottom. What this does, those sensors will detect if your build plate is off level. If it is, it's going to show you on the screen what's off level, and then you're still going to have to manually adjust your screws on the build plate to make sure your build plate is level. From what I understand, this is going to take away how we used to do it, putting the paper under there, leveling everything out, and making sure the build plate is level. These sensors are going to tell you the back right corner is off a bit, so you'll have to adjust that screw until the machine tells you that your build plate is level and you can go. So it's a great feature, but I just don't agree with the name that it's auto leveling when you still have to manually level your build plate according to what the machine is telling you. Here's something I find interesting, and it's something I wanted for a long time for my printers, and that's a camera so I could do those time-lapse things for my videos. Not only does this machine have a camera, it has an AI-enabled camera. And what that camera is supposed to do, it's supposed to monitor the platform for placement, I guess for level, and then it's also for the model stability to see if it's peeling off of the build plate or not, resin levels, and debris. So with the built-in camera, it's going to detect these things for accuracy, let the machine know, and it'll probably stop your print. And if you have it hooked up to your phone on the app, I'm assuming it'll have, then it'll tell you that something's wrong with the print and you can go see what's going on. And also with the camera, you have real-time monitoring. So if you're up in the kitchen cooking dinner or something, you can watch your print going and you can see if there's a failure or not. So me, personally, I'm very happy about the camera, a nice addition. Here's two things on the older machines that I'm glad to see that they have changed. It's going to make a world of difference. There's actually going to be 3 changes that I really like that's coming on the P1 as opposed to my Pro here. One, the top is going to be a flip up, not pulling it off up and down. And if you're not sure what I mean by flip up, this is how the M7 Max is. It's a flip up hood. I don't have to worry about putting the hood somewhere or losing any space. On the new machine, we're not going to see this spinning knob anymore or have to deal with taking these 2 little screws out to take our vat off. It's made much simpler. So what's going to replace the knob on the top and the 2 little screws? Well, they made it a lot easier. Up top, instead of having the knob, is you're going to have a quick release latch. So you're just going to flip the lever up, pull off your build plate, and then clean it up, do whatever you got to do, put it back on, put down the lever, and it's on and off like that. For the vat, I love that they got rid of the screws on the sides. If you see in the picture to the side of me, it's going to be 2 like little levers on the sides that you'll pull open, take your vat out, clean it up, do what you got to do, put it back in, and put those tabs back in, and it'll lock it in place. So that is a very nice feature. It makes things a lot simpler. And when I say world of difference, what I mean is in time, because flipping up that latch is a lot simpler than unscrewing and unscrewing those screws, just pulling it open and closed. So those are really nice features that they added to the P1. So the part I know you've all been waiting for is, what size printer is this? What can we do on that build plate? What is the volume? So this is going to be in millimeters, and we're going to compare it to the old M5S Pro, because this is also a 14K machine. The build volume on this one was 200 high by 223 wide on the plate, and 126 deep on the plate. The P1 is very similar. The width and the depth of the build plate is pretty much exactly the same at 223 and 126, but we're getting 30 more millimeters in height on the build plate. We're moving up to 230. So this is what's called a prosumer type of machine. It's professional grade pretty much, but geared towards the consumer at a very, very good price. Now here's the fun part. I made this video and I'm not even sponsored by Anycubic. As you can see, like I said at the beginning, I like Anycubic products and I'm looking forward to get the P1. But Anycubic, if you're watching this and you'd like to send me one for review, I'd love it. I'd love it. If you're really interested in this machine, you can go over to Anycubic. I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can exactly find this machine. So you can check out all of the information on the machine, not getting it from my quick overview. You'll have all the parameters, what comes in the box, and all that other good stuff. And if you go over there right now, they have a $10 reservation fee. The machine is actually cheap. It's going for $449, which is a lot less than I paid for both of these machines over here. It's a great jump in price. It looks like it's going to be a fun machine to use. It's got a bunch of good upgrades. And like I said, I'm not affiliated with Anycubic. I wish I was. But either way, if they send me a machine or they don't, I am going to get a machine. And once the machine comes in, we'll do a whole overview on it. And I can tell you right now, I probably won't have the dual vats on there because that's not something I'm going to print on. But if it's something you'd like to see, I will order that and we can do a review on that too. Like I said, if you're interested, check out the description below. Follow the link over to Anycubic. Put in your $10 reservation fee if you want. Otherwise, just check it out. See if it's something for you. It's definitely something that I'm going to enjoy printing on and making, hopefully, much higher quality prints than I have now. And the M5S Pro does a great job on prints. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little something about what's coming with the machine. I don't have all the information, but as soon as we get more information and I get a machine in, we'll do a review. I will see you all soon. Take care, and bye-bye, everybody.